quickest way to manifest your specific person, even if you're still being triggered by your specific person? Time to use my placeholder technique. Now, I know that sounds a little crazy, but just hear me out. Listen, we hear all the time, how do you get what you want? How do you manifest your desires? You got to change self. What does that mean? It means focusing on who you believe you are, right? We hear all the time, you got to work on your self-concept. Well, what do you think your self-concept is? It's just a fancy little phrase of, who do you believe you are? What do you really believe about yourself? So the whole point to manifest a specific person is for you to be focusing on who you are, who you want to be. Well, who do you want to be? You want to be the version of yourself that is the complete awareness of your specific person being head over heels in love with you, right? But you're still triggered by SP. So every time you think about them, you get upset, you're thinking about the past, you're thinking about the crappy things that they've done to you. Well, we got to get around that, right? Well, we're told, you got to change the story. You got to let the old story go. Well, how do we do that? How do we do that when we're still identifying as old self? You're going to use my placeholder technique. So you're going to focus on being the version of yourself that comfortably and confidently knows that your SP is head over heels in love with you. And you are in a most loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, right? You are the version of yourself that is in love with yourself. Now, I don't mean from a conceited place. I mean, you love yourself and you know that you're worthy and deserving of all of your desires. Most definitely a love relationship. That's exactly who you are. You are unconditional love. But I digress. So, as you begin putting the focus on being that new version of yourself, and then every time you say SP, you think of your actual SP, and that sucks you right back out of that state. That's the moment that you are going to consciously tell yourself, no, I'm not going to think about them right now. And then you insert a placeholder. And by placeholder, I mean you can pick anyone, any person other than your specific person. You could use a celebrity. It doesn't matter. Now listen. I am so in the knowing that this is really the opposite of what we're told in this community, but I'm telling you, it works. Why does it work? It works because it's allowing you to step into your new self. It allows you to completely focus and identify as that new version of yourself, the version of you who is comfortably, confidently in the knowing, in the awareness that you are the version of yourself experiencing on a most amazing relationship. Now, before you start thinking logically, I'm trying to answer everything I can think of that you're going to possibly ask me. Logically, I know that sounds cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I know one of the fearful thoughts you're probably going to get is, if I don't focus on SP, how is the universe, or how is God, or how is my subconscious going to know who I want? Honey, you know damn well that every time someone says SP, your person is the first person you think of. Trust me, your subconscious knows what you want. See, that's the problem in this community. We've made ourselves so terrified of our subconscious mind, and we don't have to be. It knows you. It knows you better than anyone. It is you. It's you. So I'm going to tell you that I used this placeholder technique, and I inserted Jason Momoa every time I would think of my specific person. I did this until I was no longer triggered, until I was no longer thinking about all the bullshit that I had encountered. I put in Jason Momoa. Now, don't get me wrong. Jason Momoa is drop dead gorgeous. Okay, drop dead gorgeous. But I knew consciously that I wasn't manifesting Jason. Just like you are going to know, you're not consciously manifesting the placeholder person. You're going to know that, but you will get to the place of not being triggered by your specific person anymore. It allows you. It is a quick, easy way to allow yourself to get into that new self, to get into that state without being so quickly kicked back out. Also, if you can't think of someone to insert as the placeholder, it's okay to just use a blank figure. Now, if you're not a visualizer, that doesn't matter, because you know as well as I do that even if you are someone who likes affirmations, you're still getting flashes of instant pictures. You still have to tell yourself, nope, I'm not thinking about him right now. I don't have to deal with that right now. This is a temporary solution, but it works. And I just happened to manifest the most amazing relationship of my life using this. So try the placeholder technique.